Good morning, One Life. Thanks for everybody taking their time to join the call. I'm excited to, come to somewhat of an end of an era for me. I have been hosting these conference calls for about the past 18 months to 2 years, and Brother Jeff Boles, who this is really in his wheelhouse. I'm excited for him to take over a weekly basis hosting these conference calls. So if you get a phone call from Jeff Boles asking you to be a participant on the One Life conference call, just say yes. If not, he's a good closer, and he'll get you to say yes anyway. But Jeff Boles has been working with us for some time now in the field as a manager and an agent. For personal reasons, needed to stop traveling for a short period of time, and we were very fortunate about 3 months ago to get Jeff back on board in our marketing staff, and he's doing a phenomenal job in recruiting and a number of different things and helping us out. So Jeff's going to be the man. So everybody, here's Jeff Boles.
Greetings, One Life. It's a great Monday. The $1 Million March Madness contest now is entering its second week. We're very excited about that. Setting production records every week. These are certainly exciting times here at One Life. With no further ado, I'd like to introduce this morning's guest for our devotion, David Boles. He has served One Life for almost 30 years in various capacities. He's currently a regional director out of our home office here in Meridian, Mississippi. One of our core values is integrity, and having been around him all my life, I can assure you he's a man of utmost integrity as he seeks to honor God in all he does. He's been a model of consistency for our organization, and also for this morning's conference call. It's my honor to introduce my friend, or my mentor. He happens to be my father, David Boles. Dad, glad to have you on the call this morning.
Good to be here, Jeff. It's an honor to be here, and just wanted to talk to y'all today. Jeff asked me to do this, and David Hosh happened to mention that it's going to be Easter weekend, so, I asked the Lord, what to speak on. Of course, being Easter, I did think a lot about what the suffering of Christ and what all he did for us, how he paid a debt that he did not owe. And we owed a debt that there was no way we could pay. And we needed Jesus to wash our sins away. And, in that, there's also, though, a part that we have in it. And that is, Jesus is our ultimate example. He's supposed to be our example to live by and to aspire to. And it talks in Romans 12:1, it says, I beseech ye therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to God, which is not your exemplary or high or anything like that, just reasonable service, that we present our bodies a living sacrifice daily as we get up. It says, be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. And that's one of the things I wanted to talk about, because it says, by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. I know in my day-to-day life, a lot of times, people ask me for things, or I have to do this, and, it gets to be, well, I got this house on, why did they do this, and why have I got to do that? And the Lord just impressed upon me is that I need to look at my day-to-day life is the task that I have ahead, is that something that God would want me to do? And if it is, don't worry about the factors involved or the people involved or whether it's fair or whether it's not fair, but to present my bodies. It was not fair for Christ to go and die for all of us. But I get up daily, but I try to, but we should get up daily and present our bodies a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto the Lord. And don't think about the people. I know I have a task to do this week, and I was telling my wife yesterday, why did they plant this here? Why have I got all this to do, I got all that to do. And in doing this study, I realized that, the Holy Spirit was saying to me, look, this is your reasonable service. This is a good thing, and you need to just be as Jesus was and humble down and do this and do it for the Lord. Do it for the right reasons, which that is what I'm getting to, the renewing of your mind. Don't look at it as what people are putting on you, but look at it as service unto the Lord and giving unto Him, and then your attitude will be right toward whatever you seek to do. It says also, Proverbs 3, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not to your own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge Him, and He will direct your paths. Lord, I just ask you today that you would bless our people. I hope that they got something out of this. Lord, I know I did. You blessed my heart with this, and I thank you for it. Lord, bless One Life. Be with us. And we'll praise you, give you the honor and the glory in the precious name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Dad, great to have you on the call this morning. My first conference call. Good to have somebody that's always been a leader in that type of way. I've seen it personally, as I mentioned there during the introduction. I'd like to also give you a marketing and production update. We'll start with the production, seeing that this is a week that production is very, very important to us here at One Life as we've got a big contest week going on. We'll start with number 10 on the production report. Start with Dion LaSole, I believe is the way you pronounce that. And you guys, any of you that, if you want me to know how to pronounce your names really well, certainly you can give me those. But another way to make sure that we know how to pronounce your name is make yourself on the top of this leaderboard every week, and we'll certainly have to figure it out, won't we? Number 10, Dion LaSole, starting out the top 10 with $7,648.92 of annualized premium for the week of 3/7 through 3/11. Also at number 9, we've got Edward Mosley Jr., out of the South region with $8,126 in annualized premium. Stacy Bedgood coming up at number 8 on the list with $9,866 annualized premium for that week. Number 7 on the list, Merlandi Charles. Merlandi did $11,054.88 of annualized premium. Number 6 on the list for the week is Ryan Reynolds with $11,430. At number 5 on the list, we get to the top half. Alexander Joyce did $12,645 even of annualized premium, again for the week of 3/7 through 3/11. Number 4 on the list, we've got Denise Lilly at $15,000 annualized premium, absolutely even. Being that I'm a little bit OCD, I really like that number. It's $15,000 even, so it's a good number there for Denise. Number 3 on the list, Alan Spinner with $15,226 annualized premium. Number 2, our guest speaker for today that we'll get to here in a minute, Mr. Kevin McGill, $21,586 annualized premium. Then number 1 on the list, Matthew Dorteski. I hope I'm pronouncing that right as well. $30,392 of annualized premium. So let me move on along to the team reports. We'll go 5-1 on these. Number 5 on the list, as far as teams and their annualized production for last week, we'll start out with number 5 at $47,766 of annualized premium for the group Diversified. Number 4 on the list, Southern Life Insurance Group, $58,804. Number 3, United Senior Brokerage at $64,383 of annualized premium. Number 2 on the list, Life Management Group, $161,425 of submitted annualized premium. And the number 1 on the list for the week of 3/7 through 3/11, Innovative Insurance Brokers, $180,664 of annualized premium for the week, again, of 3.7 through 3.11. That takes me to our marketing update for the week. The second half is now underway for your $1 Million March Madness contest. We're again expecting to set a new modern era record where we break the $1 million submitted premium mark. Make sure you earn yourself some extra cash as we pay out for each week's production and have grand prize awards for the top 3 overall in the contest as well. It's also nearing time for your May Academy and Leadership Summits. For new agents, you can click on our New Agent Academy tab at onelifeamerica.com to register, and be sure to register as soon as possible, as our quarterly One Life Academies are the ultimate way to primer your engines for a terrific career here at One Life. Also for agents and managers, I should say, who've already attended an academy, look out for our registration opening soon at onelifeamerica.com. We'll have a tab there and the ability for you to register online as well there. If you haven't seen our new promotional videos for both events, be sure to do so at youtube.com/onelife. That brings me to our social media offerings that we have for you. I greatly encourage you guys to get plugged in these ways as much as possible. First of all, you can receive our texts by texting OLA to the number 51660. Obviously, we have a Facebook. You can check us out at facebook.com/OneLifeAmerica. Again, YouTube at youtube.com OneLifeAmerica. Twitter.com at twitter.com/OneLifeAmerica. LinkedIn as well. And then, of course, join us every week for our conference calls. We mentioned earlier that we've been doing very excellent, and our number 2 on the list for this past week was Mr. Kevin McGill. He actually is the agent of the year, or on pace to be the agent of the year this year. Tell you a little bit about Kevin. Kevin's been with One Life for just over 2 years, serving as a regional director out of Placerville, California. Before that, Kevin garnered a wealth of knowledge, leading his own mortgage, residential investment, and marketing companies. But even before that, Kevin received his education on a full-ride scholarship to Arizona State University, where he was a member of their football team. Kevin recently wrote over $30,000 of annualized premium in just 1 week, and he is on pace again to be One Life's Agent of the Year. Without any further ado, I'd like to take the opportunity now to introduce Mr. Kevin McGill to our conference call as the guest speaker. Kevin, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm here. Thanks for that great introduction. I really appreciate it, and also thanks for having me on. It's a wonderful thing. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
What I was thinking about going over here when David and Scotty asked me to be on the call was I just want to basically tell you what I do and the things that I don't do, and then you can make up your mind on what you want to do. I'm a firm believer in leading by example, and the old adage of do as I do, right? And so that way you can you want to mimic and model the people that are actually getting the job done. So I just got a list of things here that we'll go over. The first one is you got to have a goal, and I know that everybody talks about having goals and setting goals and so on, but the reality of it is you really have to have a goal in order to achieve something. And mine was at the first of the year, we had a meeting with all my guys here, and I told them that my goal was to hit $100,000 in the first quarter. And I was going to do it. I gave myself 12 weeks to get it done. And my goal was to be the first one in One Life to do that, and I achieved it in 10 weeks. And so you got to have something to strive for. So set yourself goals. It's weekly goals, monthly goals, quarterly goals, and so on. So and then break it down on how many appointments you got to have based on your current closing ratio and all that, so you know exactly what to do on a daily basis. And you do that by building your game plan. Okay, you build your game plan, or I build my game plan based around the goals that I've set. Okay, so I know how many appointments I need a day based on my closing ratio, how many days that I need to work, and what my average annual premium needs to be, and so on. I know that going in, so that way I can track it. And the most important reason that I do that is so that I know when I'm off that I need to work an extra day or an extra 2 days. Maybe I need to work on a Sunday, I've got to work on a Saturday, take a few extra appointments, whatever it takes in order to hit the number that I want to hit. Next one on my list are leads, okay? I don't just take leads from One Life. I get leads everywhere I can get them. I buy leads. I work old leads. We retain every lead that we've ever gotten. We use a CRM system, so that we can, schedule follow-up calls and stuff in there, and we send out birthday cards, and we do, I call it the semi-annual review. Every 6 months, we're going to call every single person that I ever had an appointment with and do a review with those people to see if we can't garner some more business out of them, okay? So understand that leads are the lifeblood of your organization and your business. Know that, without any leads, you're dead in the water. So get as many leads as you can take, and don't just take them from One Life. Get them wherever you can get them. Like I said, I do my own mailers. I buy telemarketing leads. The birthday cards. I'm going to do everything I can to get in front of as many people as I possibly can, because I understand that when I'm not sitting in front of somebody, I'm not making a deal. And if I'm not making a deal, I'm not making any money, okay? So get as many leads as you can. The other thing is I go where the leads are, all right? I understand that they're not going to be in my backyard very often. They may not be within 100 miles. Sometimes I have to drive 3 hours, 4 or 5 hours. Sometimes I'll have to drive to Vegas, which can be a 14-hour drive and work deals, or Los Angeles, which is a 10-hour drive to work deals. I'm going to go where those leads are because, again, I know that's where my lifeblood is, right? That's where I'm going to make my business. So I have to go where the leads are. I don't plan on just working in my own backyard, because a lot of times, you fish the same pond over and over and over again every day, and before long, you're going to fish it out. So you got to go where the fish are. So I'm going to head down wherever I need to go, because the leads is what makes me the money. The other thing is I have a really good appointment setter who sets my appointments for me, and then they fill up my calendar. I tell them where I want to go based on the leads that we have. We pull them in, they're organized, they're set up, and then he fills in my schedule. And he fills it in Monday through, as long as we need to go until I've achieved the goal that I want to achieve. So like as an example, today when I get off all the calls, I'm going to take care of my office business. I just looked on my calendar. I've got 5 appointments set for me for this afternoon. Tomorrow I'm driving to Bakersfield, which is an 8-hour drive. I'll be down there first thing in the morning. I'll be done with first thing about 11. This is my first appointment. And then I'll run appointments all day there. I'll spend the night, run appointments all day again the next day. So my appointment setter is what keeps me on track, okay, because they get paid when I get paid. So they want to make sure that my schedule is full and that they're keeping me in front of people. Because, again, when I'm in front of people, that's when I'm going to make my money. Also, we plot out for my door knock. So if I have some downtime or if I have an appointment that no-shows me, which happens, right? I've had 2, 3, 4 appointments in a row no-show me or reschedule, because life happens. So when that happens, I've already got mapped out my door knocks on where I'm going to go when I'm in that particular area, so that as soon as that person no-shows or reschedules, I'm in the truck and I'm heading to my first door knock, and I'm going to door knock until I have to get to the next appointment so that I can fill it in. I make sure that I have no downtime when I'm in the field, no downtime at all. I don't hang out at Starbucks. I don't go sit in the coffee shop. I don't go to Denny's and sit around and have a hot dog and drinking coffee. When I'm in the field, I go to work. When I leave my house in the morning or I leave the office, I'm making sure that everything I do that day is geared toward production, okay, and writing business. So I make sure that I get my door knocks in. Also, I always have to do what I call a checkup from the neck up, and it goes back, I think, to athletics and sports, having the right mental attitude on what you're doing, because we can all get down, right? I know sometimes when I have those 3 or 4 no-shows in a row, I can let my dauber drop a little bit. So I need to make sure that I do the checkup from the neck up. And in order to do that, I have a support system that I call, and I'll call George, and I'll be moaning and groaning and gosh darn it and this and that, and he'll tell me, yeah, but it's going to end. Yeah, I know, but it's going to turn. It'll turn. You'll be right back on track. And I know that, and I realize that, and I have to have that support system as a reminder for me to do the checkup from the neck up, because I have to remember that summer always follows spring, and spring always follows winter, right? Winter doesn't go on forever. So the tides will turn, and you got to have the right attitude in order to do that. Also, when I go in, I build a lot of rapport. And I start building rapport from the time I roll up in front of their house until I walk out of the house. I'm always building rapport. And what I do is when I roll up to the house in the neighborhood, I'm looking at, what's in their front yard. Is there a bumper sticker on the vehicle? Is there a ball cap sitting on the dash? What's on the front steps, right? Is there a set of golf clubs or a fishing pole or something? I'm looking for ways to build rapport and to make a connection with people. And you can almost always do that before you even knock on the door, so you know what kind of person you're dealing with as you walk in. And when I walk in the door, I'm looking at the pictures on the wall. I'm scanning the room to see what I can use, again, for a rapport building opportunity, and then I use that as we sit down and we're talking and we're having that conversation, okay? So I like to build a lot of rapport because I believe that, before anybody's going to buy from you, they got to trust you. And before they trust you, they have to listen to you. They got to listen to your presentation and understand that you do have knowledge. But before they'll ever even listen to you, they got to like you, right? Because if they don't like you, they're certainly not going to listen to you. They're never going to trust you, and they're not going to buy from you. So it all starts, for me, with that rapport. Next item is product knowledge. Okay, I'm comfortable and confident in the knowledge that I have in the product that I like to show people. Okay, and I know that product backwards and forwards. I know what they're going to qualify for. I know how to structure it and what we can get done, and all the features, advantages, and benefits in that, so that I can build value, because I have to build a ton of value in the product in order to get somebody to move on it, right? Because what I don't want to do is sell on price, because when you sell on price, you're getting $18, $19, $20, $25 a month policies. But when you build value, the more value you build, the better policy they're going to get for the family. And the easier it is to go through the close. Okay, when you build enough value, you don't have to grind on a close. You don't have to overcome objections, because there's enough value in the product that they want the product regardless of everything else. Okay, so I like to build a lot of value. And that's, again, the value that I build is based off the presentation. So I use the same presentation basically over and over and over again, and I make minor modifications predicated off of the needs of the individual. But it's really the foundation of the presentation is exactly the same in every single house that I go into, but I just make the minor modifications based on what their specific needs are. Maybe they don't have kids, but they want to protect something for their niece, right? Or they want to make sure their niece has a little bit of money to go to college. Well, I need to alter my presentation a little bit in order to cover that, right, in order to fit that in. And the only way to find out what their needs are is by asking, okay? So I ask them a lot of questions. Why are you doing this? What are your thoughts? What do you plan on doing? So that way I can tailor that presentation to what their current needs are. And then I always ask for the business. I always want to make sure that I ask for the business. I don't want to leave there because they gave me a couple negative responses and go, okay, and then just leave. I want to ask for the business. And if I hit resistance, I want to know why. Why are you giving me the resistance? You sent the card in for a reason. What is it that I didn't do? What is it I didn't say? Because when they're telling me no, all they're saying is I didn't build enough value, right? So I missed something. Obviously, I missed something. So I need to go back and identify what I missed. What is the need, right? How do I need to build that value to make them understand that this is what they need, okay? And then I ask for referrals. And I don't always get them, but I ask for them. And when I do get them, normally it's a pretty good likelihood that you're going to get a deal out of it, because if they like you, know you, and trust you, the people they refer you to are going to automatically like you, know you, and trust you. Okay? So ask for the referrals. A lot of times on the referrals, you're going to get better deals or bigger deals, I guess, than what you did on the original person that sent the lead card in. Okay? And also on the lead cards, I don't go through them and pre-qualify the people on the leads, okay? Because somebody that sends in the lead card, they might be 82 years old and in bad health, but it really isn't for them. Maybe it's for their daughter or for their son. Maybe it's for a significant other who's much younger, okay? Maybe it's they want to look at other products for their grandkids. You don't know. And if I go through those leads and I start pre-qualifying, then I'm going to kick out deals and miss opportunities because of my own mindset. So I want to make sure that I look at every lead as an opportunity, okay? Talked about the support system. I understand that I'm going to have bad days, bad weeks, bad months, bad, times on the road. But I also understand, like I said, they're going to change. And you cannot, or I cannot, let my dauber get down too far when I start having a bad day or a bad week, because that becomes cancerous. And it becomes cancerous within me. Okay, so I have to make sure that I realize that, and I can't stress it enough, that we have to maintain that positive attitude. Okay. Also, I take tremendous pride in what I do and who I represent. Okay, I take pride in who I do. I don't have any shame in what I do. I tell people what I do. I share that with people, and I take pride in representing our organization called One Life. I take great pride in that, and I share that with people. And a lot of times I'll let them know, that hey, this is the only faith-based organization that I can find, and I let them understand who we are and what we're about, okay? Because it really represents integrity and morals and values, and I take great pride in that. And then I'm always keeping my eyes open for other product sales. And what I mean by that is I'm not narrow-visioned in terms of just final expense. If a person, if a term policy better suits a person, then I'm going to give them a term policy. I'm going to sell the home protector. I'm going to sell whatever it is that I need to sell to help these people, okay? And a lot of times their kids might only need a term policy. So I'm always looking for other product sales when I'm meeting with somebody. Okay, what else can we do to help this family? So keep your eyes open, keep your ears open to identify those. And then last, I take pride in doing my very best when I'm in the field, but also, and probably more importantly, is I take great pride in hard work. And I'm going to work hard every day, and I'm going to go until I reach my goal. And again, I might have to work 7 days in a week to hit my goal. I might have to drive, 500 miles in order to do it. But I'm going to do it. And I'm going to get it done because that's the commitment that I made. So if you want to be successful, first thing you need to understand is that it does take hard work. And you're going to have to be out there in order to make it happen. You don't make money sitting at Starbucks drinking coffee. You don't make money sitting at the Waffle House eating waffles and drinking coffee. The only time you're making money is when you're sitting in front of people. Okay? That's all I got, my brother.
Kevin, thank you so much for being on the call. We'll give the guys here on the conference call this morning an opportunity to ask questions, if you don't mind, and we'll try to field one or two and wrap this thing up. So give me just a minute here. I'll change the setting. Okay, so simply press *6, and you can unmute yourself and ask Kevin a question this morning. All right. Looks like we don't necessarily have any questions from the callers this morning, but I do have one myself I'd like to ask you, being that you said that you do have a team there, and also you mentioned setting appointments. I thought I might ask a twofold question here. What are you looking for, Kevin, in an agent, and what are you looking for in an appointment setter? We've always said that a lot of agents kill themselves before they ever walk in the door because they either don't have enough appointments or don't do very well on the phone. What are you looking for, first of all, in an appointment setter, and also when you're hiring an agent?
Well, I'm looking for an appointment setter. I want somebody that is not afraid to push the envelope on the phone. Okay, not afraid to dig in there and can actually communicate with the clients and has the ability to learn about the product and why they're making the phone calls. Okay, but also they have to understand that it's not a 8 to 12 job or an 8 to 5 job. They may have to work on Saturdays. They may have to work on Sundays. They may have to work whatever it takes. They have to do what they got to do to make sure my calendar is full. Okay, that's on the appointment setter side. And then for an agent, what I always look for is, number one, work ethic. That's number one. Number two, coachability. They got to be coachable and understand that we all are learning daily out here, and that they have to be willing to open a book and read the presentation scripts and go through all of the training and absorb that information. And three, that they're not just relying on One Life's leads or my leads, that they're going to generate a lot of their own business, and that they're willing to travel. If they're not willing to travel, I don't even talk to them. I don't want them, because they're not going to be successful, in my opinion. That's just for me out here, because I've seen it over and over and over again where we hire guys and they think, oh, well, Sacramento's got 1.5 million people, so I don't ever have to leave Sacramento, and nothing could be further from the truth.
Right. Absolutely. I'll give just a quick moment real quick. If anyone else has a quick question, we'll give you just a moment to press *6 and hop in. Well, Kevin, again, we appreciate you being on the call this morning, and all you folks that have joined us for the conference call. We certainly appreciate you being here with us. Again, Kevin gave us a great illustration of how he does in the business. Kevin, again, is on track to be the agent of the year thus far. We have a reigning agent of the year that's been in, I guess, 4 or 5 years, Mr. Steve Thornton, good friend of mine. But his record, it may be threatened so far this year. We love competition around here at One Life, and certainly maybe one of you guys also could come up from the ranks and provide some competition there as well. We certainly want to see you maximize your potential. And being that that was kind of a little bit of what we wanted to focus on this morning, I do want to wrap up the call and share a quote from Anne Frank that says this: "Everyone has inside of him a piece of good news. The good news is that you don't know how good you can be, how much you can love, or what you can accomplish, and what your potential is. The truth is, One Life, there's potential in each and every one of us to do more than we even realize that we can. This week, let's take the limits off our expectations and realize the greatness that can be accomplished in and through us." I want to take the opportunity to thank all of you for your hard work and dedication as a member of the One Life team. You truly have no clue how much all of us here at the home office appreciate all that you do as you venture out each week and represent One Life with excellence in your communities. We certainly do appreciate you. God bless you all, and God bless One Life. Join us next week as we'll have Javier Rodriguez on the call. Have a great week.